Hello, John. My name is Sean Everett. I am a website analysis expert at Zucker Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis. So here we go. I'm not going to waste another second of your time. I'm going to show you everything that I do to analyze a website. I'm going to show you what I discover about it. I'm going to have to describe a little bit about how the internet works, specifically Google. And let me start by showing you this. This is a paid tool that I use to help analyze the metrics of your website. The next thing I do is I look at a map of the area around where you are, and I make note of the smaller communities like Genesee or Morrison or Beaumar. And the next thing I do is go to a Google search. Now, in order for you to follow where I'm going, I'm going to have to describe a Google search a little bit. Please don't fall asleep during this. A Google search is the result of a Google algorithm. Now, the algorithm is a mathematical construct that goes through the internet and decides where things go as a result of the information it's collected. Now, the information it collects, Google thinks that they are giving their search customers the most relevant results. And relevancy is something that apparently Google now owns the definition to, which obviously isn't the case. So the Google algorithm has some criteria that it needs to meet in order to find your way onto a Google search result and the placement therein. Now, the first thing you're going to see at a Google search is this area here. We call that the map pack because they're attached to a map. And those folks just did something very simple. They went to Google and filled out a Google business profile. Now, if you have not done that, you may have. You need to go back and fill it in more thoroughly. You don't need me to do that. You don't need anyone to do that. Just go yourself to Google, fill out a Google business profile. It's going to ask you if you own the website. It's going to ask you a few questions to help prove that. And then it's going to ask you things like what year you started your business, what are your daily hours. There's some tick boxes. Fill it in really, really thoroughly because the Google algorithm rewards thoroughness. Now, underneath the map pack, you will find what we call the organic searches. These are the organic search results that are wholly and completely the result of what the algorithm wants you to see. Now, underneath here, the first listing is Yelp, but the second listing is J&K Roofing. They say that they're a business in Lakewood, Colorado. So that's where they show up. And this is a good point for me to say you are competing not in the physical world, but also in the virtual world. People can say they are from anywhere, which is why this is important to me. You can say that you are a roofer in Wheat Ridge or Lakeside. And it might not seem important, but if somebody in Lakeside who really loves their community wants to find the best roofer in Lakeside, that's exactly what they're going to type in. And if you don't have that phrase on your website, you're not going to show up in the results. Now, I'm going to show you something really quickly. This is about content. Google loves content. I'm going to copy and paste your website into this word counter. You have 616 words. I'm going to do the same with J and K. Select all, copy, paste. Oh, well, I got your site again somehow. Let me see if I can do this again. Forgive me. Sometimes the computers don't work as you want them to, as you probably know. 422 words. So you beat them in the word count. Here's the thing. They may beat you in the content of the word count, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. All words are not equal. Keywords are what you want on your website, and keywords are the words that Google has discovered by taking all of the sites that come up when somebody types in Lakewood, Colorado roofer, and they take all of the sites that come up with that result, and then they take all of the words and they separate them out and they count them and see which words show up most frequently. Those become the keywords of a particular industry. Now, your keywords on your website are 617. Now, JK Roofing is 2,600. So they have you beat here. And remember, the algorithm is not a person. It's just looking for more. More is better to an algorithm. So let me show you what those keywords are. Soffit and fascia. Boy, there's a lot about that in there for some reason. I mean, they're important things, but Denver Roofing, roofing in Denver. My tongue is not working. Highland Ranch Roofing Company. See, they're using the local communities around them. Boy, there's a lot about soffits on here. I thought there would be more about, well, Roofing Company Denver, Lakewood Roofing Company, Solar Roof. There should be, all you have to do is think of all the words in your industry. TPO, gutters, shake, shingle, all of that stuff. Those should be satisfied on your website, because every search, like, let's say you wanted your website to come up if somebody typed in a phrase, gorillas like bananas. Now, if you don't have that on your website, just as I said it, it's not going to come up. And the same is true of your website. If you don't have, how long does a roof last in Colorado on your website, then your website is just not going to come up. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is backlinks. Now, backlinks is sort of a shout out from a different website to yours. It's where you're in a list of something, perhaps, or other sites that refer to yours because they recommend you. For instance, Angie's List. Now, here is the backlinks of J&K, 848. Yours were 528. They also went in that category. Here are their backlinks: homestead.com, expertise.com, Yellow Pages, so on and so on. You just need to get on more of these other sites that can refer back to yours. I see they are not on Angie's List, and I'll tell you I know, because Angie's List is rated at a 91 or a 93. And the fact that it's not here means you could be on it, and that would help raise your backlinks, because it's the rating of the site that really counts for backlinks. And they don't have that many in the 90s or the 80s. They have a lot in the 70s, and you can beat them quite handily by getting on more sites that are in the 90s. This is not a full list of the sites that are relevant to you that could be that you could be on. So you have an opportunity to beat them there. Here's where it all comes down. This is where the rubber meets the road. Their placement here near the top is the result of two numbers. This number, the backlinks, and the keywords, that determines the traffic. You have 257 clicks from, and that's down 16 from the month before, from a Google search. This is the number that they had last month. 2,500, roughly 100 times more clicks from a Google search than you did. Now, you know that mathematically that means that they had 100 times more opportunities to get an estimate request. They had 100 times more opportunities to have a customer, and 100 times more opportunities to put money in their pocket. So being, that you are competing in this virtual, this Google world, you want to be higher up on a search. Watch this. I'm going to scroll down, bump. See, it scrolled and it stopped here at this bump. This bump is what we call the bump stop. Anything above that is what most people are going to search when they have a question. They're not going to go much beyond that, much below that. And I don't know how far down you are. I haven't actually found you. But if you're not up here and you're not right here, the chances of your getting clicked on decrease significantly. Now, I would assume that you probably want to spend more time putting on beautiful roofs like this, and rebuilding porches and doing kitchens. I see that you do a lot of exterior and interior remodels too. I'm sure you'd rather be doing those than digging around in the guts of your website trying to find out what are the keywords and what are the backlinks. And this is where I think probably Eric can give you a hand. So if what I've told you today makes sense, if you think this might be a way to improve your website, I certainly do. Give Eric a call and he can lead you through the next steps. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I've been helpful. Have a great day.